Hello everyone. So today we are going to start this operations on real numbers. So what do you mean by operations? First tell me. So operations are not your medical operations which the doctors used to do. Of course not that operation. So the operations means algebraic operation. Okay, basic algebraic operation. So what are the basic algebraic operations? So basic mathematics algebraic operations are your addition, okay, your addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, these are your basic mathematical or mathematical operations. Okay beta. So so what and where we will have to perform these operations? We will have to perform this operation on real numbers. So what are your real numbers beta? Real numbers I have told you earlier, they are integers. Real numbers are your integers, your rational numbers, okay, your rational numbers and your irrational numbers. Okay, so although integers and rational numbers both are same, but why I have written it separately I will tell you. Irrational numbers, okay. So the integers, what are integers? Integers are your non-decimal numbers. Integers are your beta non-decimal numbers, means -4, -2, 1, 3, 5 and these are your non-decimal numbers are your integers. So operations on integers I guess you guys already know. Okay, so means additions, you know how to add two integers, how to subtract two integers. For example, suppose you will have to add 2 plus 3, you know it's 5. Or suppose if you will have to add one positive number and one negative number, so what it will become beta? This will become actually 2 minus 3, which is equal to -1, correct? So this is addition, subtraction. If you are going to multiply by 2 times 3, it will give you 6, or if you are going to multiply 2 times -3, it's going to give you -6. Or if you are going to multiply two negative numbers, what will it will give you? It will give you plus. So these all are the things you have already studied in your previous classes. For example, suppose if you have to divide 6 by 2, you will get 3, correct beta. So we already know that the operations on integers. So in this chapter we are going to study the operations on rational. Although you know the operations on rational numbers, so main thing which we will study is the operations on on irrational numbers, but we will look into the rational number part also. Okay, so now coming to the rational numbers. What are rational numbers beta? Rational numbers are those numbers which we can write in the form of P upon Q. Rational numbers are those numbers which we can write in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers. P and Q are beta integers, correct? So let's take any two integers. So I guess you guys already know that suppose if I am going to add, I am taking the example one rational number is 2 by 3 and another one is 3 by 2. So these are the four operations which we perform: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So if you will have to add 2 by 3 plus 3 by 2, how will you do? 3 by 2 I will take. So what do we do beta? We take the LCM of the denominator, which will be 6, then 3, like 6 will be divided by 3 two times, then 2 multiplied by 2, which will give you 4. Similarly 2 3 is 6, 3 3 is 9, which is equal to 9. For this thing also you have already studied in your previous classes. Okay beta. So now how you are going to do your subtraction? So subtraction will be simple beta. 2 by 3, 3 by 2, same thing. We'll take the LCM. This will become 4 minus 9, which will give me minus 5 upon 6. Okay, now multiplication, 2 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 2, which is equal to 6 upon 6, which is equal to 1. And division, 2 by 3 divided by 3 by 2. Okay, so you guys remember I have told you something. When you will have to go for the fraction division, so there are three rules I have told you. Like suppose there is a fraction a upon phi and you will have to divide that fraction with c. So what will happen? This will become a upon b times c, means c will go in denominator. Okay, second thing is that if a I am going to divide with b upon c, in this case fraction is in the denominator, so in this case c will go up, means this will become a times c upon b. And if there are two fractions a upon b divided by c upon d, what will happen beta? Now d will go on the top and c will go over here. So this will become your a times d upon b times c. So look here beta, this is also of this third type. So this will become beta, this 2 will go on top and 3 will be here. So it is 2 times 2 upon 3 times 3, which will give me 4 upon 9. So these are the mathematical operations on rational numbers, and all these operations you have already studied in your previous classes. I am just doing it for your recap, for your revision, so that these things you will remember. Okay, because might be we are going to need this in this chapter or in the other chapters of your class. Okay, so let's go to look into the few properties of rational numbers, which is important. Okay, so what we are going to look at? Properties. Okay, so beta, there are three types of properties, not three, actually four types of property. I will write here. One is your called your closure property. Which property beta? Closure property. So what does closure property say? Closure property say that if a rational, I am going to multiply, add a rational number with rational number, I will get a rational number. Okay. If I am going to subtract a rational number from a rational number, I will get a rational number. Okay. If I am going to multiply a rational number with another rational number, what will I get? I will get a rational number. Same thing, if I am going to divide a rational number with another rational number, I will get a rational number. This is called closure property of, I am talking about here, we are just discussing what we are discussing, properties of rational number. Okay, properties of rational number. Okay, so in that first property we have discussed your closure property. Next property which we are going to discuss is your, that property is called commutative property. Commutative property. So what do you mean by commute? Commute means moving your position from one place to another, correct? So this property says the same thing, means suppose that if by moving the position, like suppose I am going to add two rational numbers a and b, so this will be equal, and again b plus a. So what I have done, I have just changed the position of a and b. I have changed the position of a and b, and what I am seeing, my answer is not different. For example, suppose I am going to write beta 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, both are going to give me the same answer, correct? So addition means addition of two rational numbers are commutative in nature. If someone is saying this statement that addition of two rational numbers, listen my words very carefully, addition of two rational numbers are commutative in nature, it means a plus b is equal to b plus a. Similarly beta, a multiplied by b will also be equal to b multiplied by a, correct? See here, 2 times 3 will give me 3 times 2, which is equal to 6. Very easy. So this also means multiplication of two rational numbers, multiplication of two rational numbers is also commutative in nature, but at the same time, if I am going to write a minus b is not equal to b minus a, and a upon b is also not equal to b upon a. It means subtraction and division of two rational numbers is not commutative in nature. Okay. So two properties, addition and multiplication, are commutative in nature, subtraction and division are not commutative in nature. Okay, they are not commutative. Understand guys? Okay. Now next property I am going to talk about is your associative property. Which property beta? We'll just discuss associative property. Okay. Associative property. So what do you mean by associative property? Associative property says that suppose if I am going to change the position, or you might have studied the BODMAS rule, means a plus in bracket b plus c will be equal to a plus b plus c. Understand? Means first, suppose there are three rational numbers. What I will do? I will add b plus c first, and then whatever the answer I will get out of b plus c, that I will add with a. Or I will add a plus b first, and whatever the answer I will get, that I will add with c. Both are going to be the same. But again, this is, so for example, let's take three numbers. I'm taking 3 plus 2 plus 4. Okay, so what this will give me? 3 plus 6, 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, which is 9. Now do the same thing over here. This is your 3 plus 2 and then plus 4. So 3 plus 2 beta 5, 5 plus 4, which is equal to 9. Correct? So addition of three rational numbers show the associative property also, but at the same time also multiplication, same thing, but I will go with the multiplication also, like a times b times c, where you will have to multiply b and c first and then multiply with a, will be equal to a times b multiplied by c. You can always check with the any example. Okay, if you guys will have any doubt, post that in the comment. Okay, now but at the same time, if I am going to do with for the subtraction, means a minus b minus c will not be equal to a minus b minus c. Correct? How? I'll just go with an example, beta. Suppose again same, the a is your 3, b is your 2 and c is your 4. What the answer I will get? 3 minus 2 is 1. See, you remember the BODMAS rule, means first I will have to solve the bracket. 1 minus 4, which is going to give me beta minus 3. Correct? Here a is your 3. So 3 minus 2 minus 4. 3 minus 2 minus 4. So this is again, first I will have to solve the bracket. So 2 minus 4 will give me minus 2. When I will open the bracket, this minus and this minus will become plus, means 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. So what you are saying? LHS is not equal to your RHS. So this property, this property does not satisfy the associative rule, means negate the subtraction of three rational numbers. So in the same way, division also that does not support the associative property, means a upon b upon c is not equal to a upon b upon c. Okay guys, so this was your third property. Now I am going to write the fourth property. Okay guys, please make sure to understand this, write these properties on your notebook. Okay, and if you are having any doubt, please feel free to drop me a comment of your doubts, or you can send me email also, where you will have to send the email info@rapidgyan.com. and also please don't forget to subscribe the channel and turn the notification on, because if you will turn the notification on, as soon as I will upload the next video, you will be notified and you can plan your study. Okay guys. Okay, so the next property is called distributive property. Next property is called beta distributive. Okay, what is this property? I will explain, don't worry. Okay. So distributive property says that suppose a multiplied by b plus c, so what will happen? A will be distributed to b and c, means I can write this a multiplied by b separately and plus a multiplied by c. Okay, same way, if a multiplied by b minus c, so what I can do? I can write this as a multiplied by b minus a multiplied by c. Understand? So this is called distributive property. So guys, please make sure to remember all these four properties: closure property, commutative property, associative property, and distributive property. And these are all the four properties of rational number. They are all the four properties of rational number. Now we are going to discuss about irrational number. Hope you guys understand that. So let's discuss about irrational number. Okay. So before going on the irrational number, few things I will just write it. So let's start with your first property. So what is your first property? First thing, what are your irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are those numbers which we cannot write in the form of p by q. They are non-terminating, and non-repeating decimals. They are non-terminating and non-repeating decimal, and they can also, I have also told you the example of like square root of 2, square root of 3 means square root of non-perfect square numbers, or you can also say ki square root of prime numbers, although prime numbers are not perfect, but even non-prime numbers who are not perfect square, for example under root 6. So 6 is not a prime number, but under root 6 is an irrational number. Okay, so these kind of numbers are irrational numbers. So beta, these irrational numbers, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a few example first. Suppose I'm going to add under root 6 plus under root 6. What will I get? I will get 2 root 6. Okay, don't be confused how we are getting 2 root 6. Simply beta na, if I will add x plus x, what I will get? I will get 2x na. So simply under root 6 plus under root 6, I will get 2 root 6. Correct? And if I will, what I will do, but suppose I will add under root 6 plus minus under root 6. What I will get? I will get 0 in this case. Okay. So what you are seeing over here, beta, you are seeing that addition of two rational numbers. Addition of two rational numbers means if I am going to write here that, sorry, addition of two irrational numbers, addition of two irrational numbers can give you both rational and irrational numbers. Can give you both, any one of these. See, in these two are also your irrational numbers. So what the answer I got? Answer I got is a rational number. Here these two are irrational numbers. Answer I got is the irrational numbers. Okay. So it means it does not support the closure property. It does not support the closure property of addition. Closure property of addition. Look here, beta. What was your closure property? For rational numbers means addition of two rational number will give you a rational number, but here addition of two irrational number will not give you irrational number always. Okay, it will give you, sometimes it will give you irrational number, sometimes it will give you a rational number. Same thing go for the beta subtraction also. Simply if I will subtract under root 6 minus under root 6, what I will get? I will get 0. Again means two irrational numbers cannot give me always irrational numbers, means it's not supporting the subtraction of two irrational numbers is not supporting the closure property. Now let's check whether the multiplication is supporting or not. So multiplication, see, sometimes like suppose I'm going to multiply under root 6 with under root 3. What I will get, beta? I will get under root 18. Don't worry, I will explain this how we are getting it. If you already know, that's fine. If you don't know, I will explain it, guys. Okay, so nothing to worry. So here irrational number multiplied with irrational number is giving me irrational number, but if I am going to multiply under root 6 with under root 6, I will get 6. Okay, so what you are seeing, in one condition I am getting irrational number, in other condition I am getting a rational number. It means it's not supporting the multiplication also, means multiplication also not supporting the closure property. So, and here we are discussing about irrational number, means multiplication of two irrational number is not supporting your closure property. Also it will same go for your division. Now let's talk about division. So suppose under root 6 divided by under root 3, what I will get, beta? I will get under root 2. So this is fine, irrational divided by irrational, I will get an irrational. But under root 6 divided by under root 6, what will I get? I will get 1. Here irrational divided by irrational, I am getting a rational number. Okay. So what you understand from this? Understand means irrational number does not support closure property, does not support closure property in any of the mathematical operation, does not support closure property in any of the mathematical operation. Just remember this. Okay, guys. Okay, now let's go and check with the other properties. So what were my other properties also? Okay, closure property not supported. Next property is your commutative property. Okay, so for commutative property beta, for commutative property, it's exactly same as rational numbers. It's exactly same as rational number. Means, what do you mean by exactly same as rational numbers? Means the addition, means addition and multiplication. Addition and multiplication will support commutative property, but subtraction and division will not. Means irrational numbers, means addition and multiplication of two irrational numbers will support commutative property, but subtraction and division of two irrational numbers will not support your commutative property. Okay, what was your next property? Next property was your associative property. Okay, so associative property is also exactly same as your rational number properties. Means two irrational numbers, for addition and multiplication. Two irrational numbers for three irrational numbers for addition, and multiplication will support associative property, but for subtraction and division they will not support. Same thing go for the distributive also. Okay. So what's the main difference in supporting the property in rational and irrational number? The only difference is that rational number supports the closure property, but at the same time irrational numbers, they do not support closure properties. Very important guys, please note it down. Okay, that irrational numbers do not support closure property, but at the same time rational numbers support closure property. Okay. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at a few properties. Okay, so few properties I'm going to tell you beta, it's very important. Just write it down somewhere, and it's going to be very useful in solving the examples or solving the exercise question, and also it's very useful going forward from this day till the last day, when you till your last day when you will study mathematics, or if you are, even though if you are going and having job and you are using mathematics, these properties are going to be used. So please listen it very carefully. Okay, so what are the properties? I'm going to tell you few properties of irrational number. Properties of beta irrational numbers. Okay, so so what are those irrational numbers, or you can say mainly the numbers which are under root numbers, means under square root numbers. Under square root numbers. Okay, so and I am assuming, so this property, first thing, that both the numbers, suppose a and b are two positive numbers. What I am saying, a and b are two positive numbers. Positive number means greater than 0. So a and b are two positive numbers, so they can be anything, but your positive rational numbers, integers, irrational numbers, so they are the number. But if I am going to write them under root, they will become irrational numbers. So remember here, under root a square, under root a square, under root a square will always give you a. Okay, if something written under root ab, it means I can write it under root a multiplied by under root b, or vice versa. Means if it's given under root a into under root b, I can write it under root ab. Okay, next one is, if something is written like under root a upon b, so this I can write it like this beta, under root a upon under root b. Okay, suppose something is written like this, that under root a plus under root b multiplied by under root a minus under root b. So this will give me, beta, what you are seeing here, it's plus sign, here it's minus sign. So there is one formula which you guys must remember, that x plus y multiplied by x minus y is equal to x square minus y square. You guys must have studied this formula in your previous classes. Okay, Those who don't remember this formula, please remember it now. So if you can compare this, this is in the same form beta na. See, under root a plus under root b, so this will become beta under root a square minus under root b square, which will give me beta a minus b. Okay, so means see here, under root a square is a, at the same time under root a whole square, this is also your a. Okay, just remember these things. Now suppose something is written like a plus under root b and a minus under root b. So this is also the, you can use the same formula beta. So this will become a square minus under root b square, which will give me a square minus b. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, so next one is your under root a plus under root b multiplied by under root c plus under root d. So how you are going to do this multiplication? But if you guys remember in your previous classes that, like suppose if you will have to multiply x plus y with c plus d. So how we do the multiplication? First we take x and multiply x with c and d. So how we do? X times c plus x times d. Then we take y and multiply with c and d both. So this will give us plus y times c plus y times d. Same thing we will have to do over here. So under root a times under root c. So under root a times with under root c will give me under root ac, correct? Plus under root ad plus under root bc plus under root bd. See here, under root a times under root c will give me under root ac, under root a times under root d will give me under root ad, under root b times under root c will give me under root bc, and under root b times under root d will give me under root bd. One more thing beta, if you guys remember that again under root a plus under root b plus or minus, suppose anything will come, plus or minus whole square, what it will give? Again remember one property, that x plus y whole square, x plus y whole square means plus minus I am taking both. See whether it will be either plus y square or minus square. So what will give you? It will give you x square. If it will be plus, so it will be plus 2xy, and if it will be minus, so it will be minus 2xy plus y square, correct? So same thing will be applicable. So under root a square, so this will be your, just change the color. So this will be your beta under root a square plus 2 times under root a b plus or minus plus under root b square, correct? So what this will give you? This will give you a square plus minus 2 under root ab plus b square. Sorry, not a square, this will be just a. Okay, my bad. This will be a and this will be b. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, let's go further. So there are the very important property which you will have to remember. On in these properties only you are going to solve your exercise. On these property only you are going to solve your exercise, even though you are going to solve your examples. Okay, beta. So this is all about the concept which is going to help you to solve the examples and exercise of 1.5. So now we will solve the examples also in this video. So let's go ahead with the examples. Okay. So what is your first example in this book? So first example is saying check whether 7 root 5, 7 upon this pi minus 2 are irrational numbers. Guys, I have already told you. Okay, one more property which I forgot to tell you. Let me tell you that property first and then we will move further. Okay, let me tell you that property first. So we have already discussed the properties of irrational number, means multiplication of two irrational numbers, multiplications of two rational numbers. Now suppose if there is anything coming where you will have to multiply a rational number with irrational number, so what will you get? So I'm talking about beta closure property. I'm talking about closure property. So if I'm going to multiply the rational number, sorry, I will start with addition. So rational plus irrational will always give me irrational. Rational minus irrational will also give me irrational. Rational multiplied by irrational will give me irrational, and rational divided by irrational will also give me irrational. Just remember these things. Okay, means if I am going to perform any operation between two numbers in which one number is your rational number, another number is your irrational number, then my answer will always be an irrational number. Just remember this. Okay, so your this example is based on that only. So if you look into this example beta, so this is 7 root 5. So 7 root 5 is what beta? 7 root 5 is nothing but 7 times root 5, where 7 is your rational number and under root 5 is your irrational number. So means rational multiplied by irrational will give you irrational number, means this 7 root 5 is your irrational number. Similarly beta 7 upon root 5, where 7 is your 7 upon root 5 means rational divided by irrational, correct? So rational divided by irrational will give me, rational divided by irrational will give me beta irrational number. So my answer is irrational number in this case also. Look into this beta, irrational plus rational. So irrational plus rational will again give me irrational. This is pi minus 2. What is your pi beta? Pi is your irrational number. Pi is your irrational number. So means irrational minus rational will again give me the irrational. Means all four are your irrational numbers. Hope you guys understand this. Okay. Let's go to your next example. Okay. What's your next example is saying? Ki add 2 plus root 2 plus 5 root 3. Okay. Let me write it over here. 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3, 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3, you will have to add it with root 2 minus 3 root 3. Have to root 2 minus 3 root 3. Okay, so you will have to add this. So see, it's very important. Before going on this, I am going to tell you one more thing. Suppose you will have to add it like this. 2x plus 5y plus 2 minus 3y. Suppose you will have to add this. So how you are going to add this? You guys must have studied this in our previous class. This is your x. Sorry, not 2. This is your x. Okay. So you must have studied in your previous class. So what we do, beta? We find out the common variables. What we do, beta? We find out common variables. Okay, and then we do our operation. So in this case 2x and this is x. So what we will do, we can take x common, so this will become 2 plus 1 multiplied by x, correct? And in this case I can take y common, so this will become beta 5 minus 3 multiplied by y. So this will give me 3x plus 2y, correct? So here also it's same thing beta. Here also we will have to match the common irrational numbers. We will have to match the common irrational number the way we have matched our variables over here. Now beta, in the same way we will have to match the common irrational numbers. So here you can see this and this are the common elements. I can take under root 2 common, so this will give me 2 plus 1 under root 2, and here they are having the common irrational number, means plus 5 minus 3 under root 3. So my answer will become 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. This is my answer. 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Let's check here. Here 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. Understand guys? Okay. Let's solve the next question. Next question is saying multiply 6 root 5 by 2 root 5. Okay, we will solve this. We will have to multiply 6 root 5 with 2 root 5. So see, this 6 and 2, they are your rational numbers. So this will directly become beta 6 to the 12 multiplied by under root 5 into under root 5. So this I write under root 5 into 5. I can write, no? See here the property which I have told you. This property, under root 5 multiplied by under root 5. that I can write under root 5 into 5. So under root 5 into 5 is your 25. So you will have to find the square root, means this will give you 12 into 5, which is equal to 60. So that's your answer. Let's check that. Your answer is 60. Correct? Okay, next one is 8 under root 15 by 2 root 3. You will have to divide 8 root 15 2 root 3. Okay, let's solve this. So 8 root 15, you will have to divide this with beta 2 root 3. So see beta, first simply divide the rational numbers. So this will give you 4. So I got here 4. Then under root, this is under root 15, this is under root 3. So can you find the factors of 15? So factors of 15 are, this is 3, 5 ja, then 5, 1 is 3 into 5. So this under root 15, I can write it under root 3 multiplied by under root 5, correct? And it's divided by under root 3. So this under root 3 cancelled out. My answer is beta 4 under root 5. That's my answer. Check here. See, your answer is 4 root 5. So let's move further to your other where it is other example. Okay. So this I have already explained you. This properties under root AB and all those things. This properties I have already explained. Okay, let's solve this question. This question is very simple, like simplify the following expression. Okay, let's simplify that. I will go to the next page, and here it is. 5 root 7 2 5 plus root 7 2 plus root 5. 5 plus root 7 multiplied by 2 plus root 5. What you will have to do? Simple multiplication. 5 with first multiplied 5 with 2, then this, then root 7 with this. So I will do 5 multiplied by 2. 5 multiplied by 2 will give me 10 plus this will give me 5 root 5 plus this will give me 2 root 7, and root 7 into root 5 will give me root 35. That's your answer. Very simple. Next, 5 plus root 5, 5 minus root 5, but it's very simple. 5 plus root 5 and 5 minus root 5. I've told you x plus y, x minus y means x square minus y square, x square minus y square. This formula, the first formula. So this will be 5 square, which is 25, minus under root 5 square, which is your 5. So 25 minus 5 will give you beta 20. That's your answer. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, next one is under root 3 plus under root 7 whole square. Let's solve this. Under root 3 plus under root 7 whole square. What's the formula for x plus y whole square? It's x square plus 2xy plus y square. We are going to use that formula, means under root 3 square plus 2 times root 3 into root 7 plus root 7 square, which means 3 plus 2 root 21 plus 7. 7 plus 3 beta 10. So this is 10 plus 2 root 21. You can further solve it. You can take 2 common. So this will be 5 plus root 21. So this is your answer. Okay, let's check that. Your answer is 10 plus 2 root 21. If you want to take common, it's fine. If you not, that's also fine. Nothing to worry. Next one is a beta root 11 minus root 7 and root 11 plus root 7. Okay, this is also very simple. Root 11 minus root 7 and root 11 plus root 7. What you will have to do? You will have to apply this formula. Which formula beta? X plus y, x minus y equal to x square minus y square. So this will give me beta under root 11 whole square minus under root 7 whole square, which is equal to 11 minus 7, means 4 is my answer. Okay. So your example 16 done. Let's go to your next example. Okay, rationalize the denominator. Okay, this is something new. Rationalize the denominator. Now I will explain you कि how to do the rationalization. Okay, it's very important beta. Rationalize the denominator. So there are three rules. There are three rules. I'm going to tell you those three rules. Please mark my words very carefully. Okay. So suppose there is a question and written in the form of 1 upon, I'm taking, let's take a and b are two positive numbers. A and b are two positive numbers, means a is greater than 0, also b is greater than 0. So there are three cases will come. So if something is written like any number, any rational number in the numerator, like suppose I am writing it under, like suppose a upon under root b, means rational number in the numerator and irrational number in the denominator. So what you will have to do, so and if you will have to solve this kind of question, what is this question? Rational number or irrational number, anything in the numerator. Numerator can have both rational or also like this, or under root a upon under root b, anything like this beta. Okay, so how you are going to solve this? You will have to multiply numerator and denominator with the denominator. Means what you will have to do beta? You will have to multiply your equation, with numerator and denominator, both with the denominator. Means suppose something is given 2 upon under root 3, so what you will have to do? You will have to multiply your numerator and denominator with the same with the denominator. So this will give 2 root 3, and root 3 times root 3 will give you 3, so this will be your answer. Understand? So this is your first case. Second case is that in your denominator, forget about numerator. Numerator could be anything, either it will be rational number or any irrational number. Okay, that doesn't matter. But in the denominator, suppose it's having something like this. It's a under root a plus minus under root b, or let's take only plus, not minus. Okay, or something it's written like anything in the numerator, it's a plus under root b. I will take any rational number, any number. I will just say real number. Okay, or if something is written simply like this, real number upon under root a plus b. So what you are seeing beta? Means in the denominator is the sum of two numbers in which at least one number is your irrational number. If your denominator, listen my words very carefully, if your denominator is the sum of two numbers where at least one number is your irrational, so what you will have to do, you will have to multiply. So what you will have to check the sign over here. The sign is, what's the sign over here? Sign over here is positive sign, means you will have to multiply and divide the whole fraction with opposite sign. Like in this case it will be under root a minus b upon under root a minus b. This you will have to do. Means here if it's plus, so what you will have to do, you will have to multiply and divide with minus. In this case it will become beta a minus root b upon a minus root b. Correct? In this case it will become under root a minus under root b, and here also it will become under root a minus under root b. Understand? Means if here it's plus, here it will become minus, and it will go vice versa. Means suppose if something is written a real number divided by, suppose it's written a minus under root b, so what will become beta? If here it's minus, so you will have to simply multiply with plus, so this will become a plus root b upon a plus root b. So this is the only your rationalization. Okay, this is the concept behind rationalization. Okay, now when you will solve the question, you will understand it better way. So let's solve few questions. So first question is saying beta 1 upon under root 2. So beta it's very simple. What I have told you, numerator is your rational number and denominator is your irrational number. So simply beta 1 upon root 2, what you will have to do, you will have to multiply your numerator and denominator with under root 2. Simple. So this will give you under root 2 upon 2, that's your answer. That's your answer. Okay, look here beta. Look here what I've told you. If that was in this form, means you will have to multiply your numerator and denominator with the denominator. That's it beta. That's it. That's so simple. Okay. See, this is your answer. Okay beta. Okay. Now this is the question. Rationalize the denominator 1 upon 2 plus root 3. Okay, let's solve this. 1 upon 2 plus root 3. So 1 upon 2 plus root 3. Check here beta, what's the sign over here? What's the sign over here? Your positive sign means what you will have to do? We will have to multiply numerator and denominator with negative sign. Correct? Means this will become 2 minus root 3 upon, see beta here, this if you are going to multiply, this is nothing but x plus y multiplied by x minus y. X plus y, remember, told you the formula, that x plus y multiplied by x minus y, means this will give you x square minus y square. So this will give you beta 2 square, which is 4, minus under root 3 square, which is 3. So this my answer will become 2 minus under root 3 upon 1. That's your answer, means 2 minus root 3. So see beta, in the question what they are saying in the question, their question is saying rationalize the denominator, means if you currently look into the denominator, so denominator is your irrational number and you will have to convert this irrational number into a rational number. That's why it's saying rationalize the denominator. Understand? So see your answer, 2 minus root 3. Let's solve this. 5 upon under root 3 minus under root 5. Okay. 5 upon under root 3 minus under root 5. Here also you will have to do the same thing I have already told you. What you will have to do? Under root 3 plus under root 5, and this will be again under root 3 plus under root 5. So numerator will remain the same, 5 in bracket under root 3 plus under root 5. Your denominator will become beta x square minus y square, means under root 3 square is 3, under root 5 square is 5. So this is 3 minus 5 is minus 2. So what I will get? Minus 5 upon 2 in bracket under root 3 plus under root 5. Hope you guys understand this. Okay. What is your next question? See, minus 5 upon 2 under root 3 plus under root 5. Next question is beta 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2. Okay, let's solve this. 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2. Very simple. What you will have to do? 7 minus 3 root 2 divided by 7 minus 3 root 2. Numerator will remain the same because it's being multiplied by 1. So 7 minus 3 root 2. In the numerator, x square minus y square. So x square is your 49 minus y square. Y square is equal to 3 root 2 square. Look here beta. 3 root 2 square. I will solve here. So means this is 3 square into root 2 square. Correct? So 3 square is your 9. 9 into root 2 square is your 2, which is 18. Means I got, my answer is 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 49 minus 18. So 49 minus 18 will give you 7 upon 3 root 2 upon 9 minus 8, 1, 4 minus 4, 31. So if there is anything you can take common, no, so that's my answer. Okay, check here. See, that's your answer. So that's it guys. So in the next video we will hope you guys understand this. So my expectation from all of you that please go and solve this exercise 1.5 by yourself. Okay, a few questions probably which you will not be able to solve. Anyway, in the next video I will be explaining you all the questions, but there are few questions like third question and fourth question you will face problem in solving this question. So I will explain these two questions in my next video, but please I am expecting from everyone that you guys will go and solve at least first question, second question and fifth question. If you guys have any doubt, please wait for my next video. Probably by tomorrow I will be uploading the next video. Okay, and even though if you have any doubts, feel free to drop me an email at info@rapidgyan.com, or you can send me the message in the comment section. Okay, and also guys, please make sure to subscribe the channel and turn the notification on. Okay, so that as soon as I will upload the next video, you will receive the notification. Alright guys, thank you, see you in the next class.